toughest weekend, but it wasn't Hillary. Donald Trump mixed it up with the NFL, the Presidential Debate Commission over that debate schedule, the Koch brothers on who snubbed who, and of course the biggest controversy of all was involving the family of a Muslim American soldier who was killed in Iraq. In an election where every single day seems to count more and more, the big question is, can Donald Trump get back on message? Joining me now, Donald Trump supporters Steve Rogers, Morgan Ortegas, and Zuhdi Jasser. Zuhdi, let me just start with you because I heard you earlier today. You always have amazing insight to these sort of things. What's your thought overall on what's going on with with the Khan family and what we heard at the Democratic Convention and since then?
Well, I have to tell you, as an American Muslim who's formed an organization dedicated to defend the Constitution and counter the radicals, this is a lane that our conservative movement should have been filling. But unfortunately, because Mr. Trump has conflated Islam with Islamism, Muslims with jihadists, we've left this wide open. The Democrats filled that void, and now they've co-opted the issue. And the last thing any leader should do, especially commander-in-chief that's going to be calling us American Muslims and all Americans into battle, is to criticize a Gold Star family. Let them have their peace and then ignore it. We left this wide open, and yes, we should cherish the families that gave the ultimate sacrifice and never do the moral equivalency that somehow, I mean, I served 11 years and I'd never compare my sacrifice to theirs. It's just, it's really beneath what our leaders should be doing.
Well, here's the thing, Steve. You're one of the first Donald Trump supporters that I knew personally, and I felt the same way as Zuhdi in the sense that the mainstream media seems to bait Donald Trump into these things that can boil over and take over the whole news cycle. But many are saying, listen, the Khans put themselves into the political fray with that speech. They showed up, they gave a speech, a very highly political, personal speech, and they put themselves in the crosshairs. No pun intended.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. Look, the man, Captain Khan, is a war hero. He's an American hero. Donald Trump even stated that after this little bit of fiasco kicked up. But let's put things in perspective. The Khans went up there. They were doing pretty well, paying tribute to their hero son. Then everything pivoted to immigration. It pivoted to the issues regarding Muslims. They took, in my view, they took a tribute to their son and turned it into a major political storm, and they were attacking and attacking and attacking Donald Trump. So just keep in mind, he never criticized the young man who gave his life to this country. But I think he went up there and defended himself the best he could. They walked into it, and they got it back.
Morgan, today and over the weekend, we had statements from Paul Ryan, John McCain, Governor Nikki Haley, Joni Ernst, veterans of foreign wars, all very, very supportive of the Khan family. None of them taking on Donald Trump per se, but all sort of hinting that, you know, they wish this thing would go away.
Well, Charles, it was a rough weekend for Donald Trump. I heard he kicked a puppy in addition to all of this.
Stop.
So, listen, I agree with a lot of what the two gentlemen just said. I think let's just take a minute to look at the politics of this. The last time Donald Trump had a big fiasco like this, it's when he made the comments about the judge who had a Hispanic, probably Mexican heritage. And what happened politically is his poll numbers went down, he lost support from conservatives, from Republicans, and he had a really bad fundraising quarter. So if you're only looking at this from a purely political perspective, and in the context of this campaign, he really needs to pivot away from this very quickly. Do not double down on it, because I think that it will affect him in the poll numbers. It's already affected him with his fellow Republican colleagues, and it will affect him in fundraising. So to me, I sort of disagree with Steve here. I just don't think it's a smart move politically, even if he's upset with what the family said. And they did have harsh words for him. When it comes to grieving parents, Gold Star families, hands off. Just move on. Pick something else.
I'm going to let you reply, Steve, to Morgan's point. One of these polls that just came out showed Donald Trump's backing amongst conservatives at 64%. Exit polls for Bush are 84%, McCain 78%, Romney 82%. Could this be a lingering problem among his own party? Steve?
It could be, but Charles, I agree with Morgan on this point. Should have let it go. You're not going to win when it comes to Gold Star mothers.
All right, guys, let's leave it there. Zuhdi, I wanted to get back to you, but I got to wrap this segment up. Maybe we'll get you back on later. All you guys were fantastic. By the way, guys,